record.
Now he's recording.
Now let me push share screen. All right. So here is my YouTube page. Like I said, you can access it by going on YouTube and you can search it by Jennifer Crosby, or you can search Jennifer Crosby SOWEGA, SOWEGA. Um, this morning, Miss Linda said all she knew about were these ones with the dates on it. And so these ones with the dates on it, those are our classes. So AM is the morning class, PM is the afternoon class. So if you ever wanted to access class again or rewatch it, then you can.
Yeah.
What she didn't know was this. So right here, there's a button called playlists. You see it's right here, playlist.
Okay.
Right here is Tai Chi. And if you click on view full playlist, then this right here is a list of all of the what I call tutorials. So unfortunately, it's not in a good order because the way it orders things is by which video was last clicked on. But here is a video for all of our stuff. So there's a video that's mirror image for all of Tai Chi Basic 6. Here's the warm-ups with no talking, the warm-ups with talking. Here's an 8-minute video just about commencement. Here's an 8-minute video about neck warm-ups. Here's 10 minutes about shoulders. Here's 13 minutes about hips. So each video is either one particular part. It could be a stretch. It could be like right here is commencement. Or it may be, let's see, single whip here, basic 6. Those are our basic 6. It's on there 2 different times. Here's waving hands in clouds, 12 minutes. Brush knee is the first step in Tai Chi Advanced. So there's almost 17 minutes just on one movement. Well, this is a year ago, Miss Linda. You see how short my ponytail is there? My hair's
Yeah.
a lot in it.
Yeah.
I got sidetracked, Lula, but I was like, holy cow, my little pony, that's a tiny little ponytail. Look how long the ponytail is.
How long you been doing this?
Um, well, these videos are from 2 years ago.
Ooh.
So I started, well, probably about 2 years ago. Um, it'll be 3, I think, in the beginning of the year, when I took over
Oh,
class and
gosh.
then went from there. So, anyway, I digress. I'm going and looking at myself, my different clothes and my different hairstyles since the past couple of years. But that gives you an idea of the tutorials that are on there, and these can help you practice either a certain move or all of our moves. So you don't have to go back and click on an hour-long class. You can come into my YouTube page, click on playlists,
You
uh,
got
the Tai Chi, view full playlist, and then there they are. You just scroll down to where you see what you want to watch.
Mhm.
If you are scrolling through and you're like, well, I wish she had a video on fill in the blank, whatever you want a video on, just tell me and I can do it. I can fix that for you. So you just got to let me know. And I'm here to help. So anything I can do to help y'all, this is what this is for. I haven't done any tutorial videos in a while. But the basic 6 movements are there and I started on the advanced 6. So maybe that's something that I could do now. As we move forward, now today we're just going to go over our basic 6, get comfortable with our basic 6, and then next week we're going to dive into advanced movements. There's no pressure, and if y'all don't want to go there, we won't. This class will be led by y'all and how y'all want it handled. So don't feel like y'all have to do it.
I just want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
Have they thought about setting up a computer class for your senior citizens to learn how to use the computer?
Mm, I don't know, but I can make myself a note to ask Samantha.
Yeah. Most people need to know how, now.
Now, have you looked and see if they offer that in Albany at the Council on Aging?
I haven't been on there in a while, but I don't think they got it over there. I don't think when I was going, I never saw it. I was doing exercise over there, but
I just
I
know
got,
they used to have stuff, but I mean, I don't know what all they have since they're not in my area.
I know they had exercise classes.
Yeah.
I signed up to do that.
And it probably just depends on who they can get to teach stuff.
Yeah, volunteer because they do income tax over there. There was volunteer people that does that.
Yeah. Well, I made myself a note, and when I email Samantha this afternoon, I will ask her if she knows anything and just put in that request that there's interest.
Yeah, I will. I know how to use it, but then I don't. It's some of the people that don't know how to use it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am like just this much of an expert. Like, I wouldn't even say expert. I say this much of I know what I'm doing. I find it hilarious that I teach a virtual class when I don't really know how to use computers. But somehow I end up here every week.
Well, I think you do good.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
you do.
If you click around and just touch buttons enough, you
Yeah, you find what
eventually
you want.
figure. But some people have a fear of breaking something. Like they're afraid to just touch buttons.
Yeah.
And so a class is always good to let you know that you can't really break it. You
Mm-mm.
can always, I'll get lost into stuff sometimes and I'll just X out and start all over again because I don't know how to get back out of it. So,
Yeah.
but I think that's a great idea. I know people that are in charge of programming are always appreciative of ideas for programming because they want to offer things that people are interested in, and they won't know unless you tell them.
See, now I know
Right.
everything is going to the internet, and some people they're afraid of. Some people won't touch it.
Hmm. Well, yeah, and you got to be careful what you click on in the
Yeah.
internet and
Yeah. Yeah.
putting your information out
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
and, just for your safety.
Yeah.
Uh, Criminals are really smart, and
Yeah.
so you have to be careful, or else, that they act like they're trustworthy people, but really they're getting information to be able to rob you blind in
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
way. So, internet safety is a good thing to know about.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, I've just been walking and opening and closing my hands, bending my elbows, just getting my body warmed up and ready for movement. And we're going to start with our warm ups. We want to get in our stable stance where our feet are about shoulder width apart. We have a little soft bend in our knees. We have good posture. Our shoulders are relaxed. And most importantly, we are continuing to breathe. All this is part of setting ourselves up in a stable way, but also body awareness. So we know that this feels stable. We're putting our bodies in a way that is supported. So let's start and go through our warm-up stretches, beginning with our neck. We bring our hands up, palms down. Turn and bring them towards our chin and chest. Push away and follow those hands all the way down. You might notice with this weather change, your body may feel a little more difficult to get started and warmed up. So take account for that. Think about the temperature in the room that you're in, and you might need to warm up a little bit longer when it's cold outside, which is nice now, but the past couple days or past week or so in the morning, it's been really chilly outside. And once that sun goes down, whew, taking our head side to side, stretching that neck. I really got cold at that football game Friday night. I didn't bring enough clothes. I thought a sweatshirt and a sweatpants would be enough, but it wasn't. I needed a blanket and a portable heater and a coat.
Is that
You'll know what to do next time.
This Friday we go to Adele. I'm gonna have so much stuff. I'm gonna be sweating, but I'll be glad to have more, or too much than not enough.
That's right.
They're gonna say, "Excuse me, ma'am, but you can't bring your whole house into this game." And I'm gonna say, "Watch me." I don't know what the limit is on how much you can bring to a ball game, but I'll let y'all know next Tuesday if I hit it. Rolling these shoulders forward and then back. But that forward roll feels awkward because back is how our shoulders should be for good posture. Now, big shoulder circle. Reminding myself to slow down. Let's stretch our spine, starting with our ball, separating those hands, push up and down at the same time. Come back to our ball and switch. Remember to keep that soft bend in your elbow so you have those song or SONG open joints. That helps energy flow through our body. Back to our ball. Let's go side to side. Short trip from just above one knee to just above the other. Hand on top tells us the direction. So this week we're calling week 8. This means we're at the halfway point of our classes. We're on a roll. This is our 3rd week in a row. I think that's our first time since we've got started in August. For our lower body, let's shift our weight to one leg, place our heel forward and our hands back, pause in the middle, and toe back, hands forward. Use a chair or a table and skip these hand movements if you are having a hard time with balance. But our hands going back while our foot is forward, that's a counterbalance and that helps us with balance. Also, let's switch legs. When we place that heel back or that toe back, we go out, not straight back, but out. And that's like a kickstand. And that helps us balance better too. I want you to also think about posture when you're doing this movement. Stay upright. Don't lean forward with this movement. I feel my tendency to want to lean like this when my hands go back. But stay upright and keep your hands moving while your body stays upright. Now we're going to shift our weight side to side. Shift. Tap out, bring it back, switch our hands, shift, lift and tap. So this is another challenging movement with weight shift. We want to keep our body upright, good posture as we go side to side. If balance is an issue, hold on to a chair. Don't worry about this hand movement. But in terms of this hand movement, make sure you're stopping at your frame. We don't want you to start leaning and going off out to the side. Once you start leaning is falling or going towards falling anyway. So we want to keep ourselves upright. So that's a challenge there too. All right, now for our knees. We have our soft fists down at our hips. We're going to shift weight to one leg, lift, tap and punch. Bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch. Don't forget to breathe. When we do these more challenging moves, we tend to hold our breath.
Hey,
Ma'am.
hey,
Hey.
I'm doing my exercise. Huh?
Oh, Miss Linda got
Yeah, he was sitting at the gate. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did. All right. I said, all right. I'm doing my exercise on the tablet. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
If you want to challenge yourself with that move, you see how I kept my foot low to the ground? If you want to challenge yourself, you can lift your foot higher off the ground. Almost
I don't know what's happened. I'm back now. I don't know what happened. It just went off.
Huh. Let's see. Start video. See if something coming up on your screen that says start video.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that I had it, and then all of a sudden it just left.
Well, don't we love technology? So we can pretend there's a cup out there and we're going to tap our foot on top of it. And, you know, I wouldn't recommend putting a real cup out there. And the reason why is I've tried it before and I focused so much on where that cup is that I kind of lost my balance worrying about the actual cup. So we can pretend have a cup out there, but you can challenge yourself, or if you want to skip the punch, holding on to the chair and kind of tap that foot a little bit higher in the air, that takes a lot more balance. So that's another way you can challenge yourself. Let's do our other knee exercise where we shift our weight and we step out. We're going to keep both feet on the floor as we shift forward and punch. Bring it back, feet side by side. So here we have a shift to the side, step, and shift forward, shift back. So a lot of weight shifting happening here. I highly recommend this movement to help strengthen the muscles in your legs. Even if you skip the hands and hold on to a chair or a stable piece of furniture, practice weight shift. Weight shift front and back. Weight shift side to side. That's how we get our muscles strong. Slowly shifting weight. So that's a challenge, and that's okay. We get stronger through a challenge. Now for our ankles. Shift weight and heel toe. Rocking that foot, working on the range of motion of our ankle joint. Bring it back, Shift the weight, heel, toe, heel, toe. The more you do this exercise, the less stiff your ankles will be. If you notice your ankles feel a little stiff. Big toe, little toe, side to side. Back, shift the weight, little toe, big toe. That's a more challenging movement. I like to do these movements when I'm sitting somewhere and I have to stay seated. Just encouraging circulation and working that joint. Just you can sit and roll your ankles in circles, and that helps with the range of motion of your ankle. When we have a good range of motion and strengthening our ankles, we might not realize how important that is to our balance, but it can help keep us from falling if we have strong ankles. All right, so those are our warm-up stretches. Let's talk about a different stretch of our wrists. This isn't necessarily in our Tai Chi program. However, it's from the Arthritis Foundation's People with Arthritis Can Exercise program. And one way you can stretch your wrist is putting your hands out together. You see them? And this, we're not in our Tai Chi mode. We do have our arms extended. Let's bring them straight back, keeping those hands together. And so you'll notice, you'll feel a stretch. You may not can come this far in. It'll depend on your wrist. Is be different for everybody, but you'll feel that stretch in your wrists, right? You feel that stretch, hold that stretch for a few seconds, take your hands back out, and then bring them back. So that's a way to stretch your wrist. You can also stretch your wrist by sitting on a chair that has arms. And if you don't have a chair with arms, you can lay your hand on the edge of a table, or you can just do it in the air. But it's easier if you can just relax your arm on something. So I'm pretending my hand is the table. And I'm going to put my wrist down or fingers down, and then I'm going to pull them up. So you feel that stretch in your wrist doing it like that, right?
Yeah.
So our wrist is one of our major joints that we don't stretch in Tai Chi, but it's important just for the health of that wrist because we can get arthritis there. Another place we get arthritis is in our fingers, okay? So here's something that you can do for your fingers. So you start with your hands open, all the way open, close, bend your fingers, and then make a loose fist. So you come up, all the way up, and open. Close, bend, fist, up. Just follow me. So this is working your hands and finger joints. So that's not in our Tai Chi, but it's another way to work your fingers. Okay. Another thing that we do is take our thumb, touch it to our pinky, open, ring finger, open, middle finger, open, pointer finger, open. So we just open and close our hands going from one finger to our thumb and just doing it like that. You can also play the air piano. That helps work those finger joints. I think about this especially when the weather gets cold, because don't you get stiff? You just get stiff in your joints, and you have to really work those fingers sometimes to get them working. And so those are just some tips I wanted to share from the PACE program. Like I said, it's the People with Arthritis Can Exercise through the Arthritis Foundation. And those are some exercises from their program for your wrist and your hands. All right, back to our scheduled program of Tai Chi. So let's go through our basic 6. Stable stance, upright posture. Remember, our pace is slow, smooth, and continuous. We think about weight transfer. When we take a step, it's an empty step. So we don't give our foot weight, and then we do. So this is part of our principles. So here we go. And commence. Hands come up, down, shift right. Step left, hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip. Shift left, step right. Adjust weight. Push, turn, separate. Eyes follow that left hand. Don't forget to still open up your right. Shift left. Bring that right foot, right hand back. Now waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn, shift. 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 Step, switch, turn. Come back to the middle for open and close. Single whip. Shift right. Step left. Adjust weight. Push, turn, separate. Eyes follow our right hand. Not forgetting that left. Shift right. Bring that left foot, left hand back. Waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn, shift, 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 step, switch, turn, and to the middle for open and close. Those are our basic 6. Let's do it again. I'll just call out the names this time. Here we go. Commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. Let's do it again. I want you to make sure you're continuing to breathe as we do these movements. Catch yourself holding your breath and then breathe. Try not to hold your breath, but catch yourself if you do. This is part of body awareness. And commence. Open, close. single whip, waving hands and clouds, open, close, single whip, waving hands and clouds, open, close it out. So hopefully you found some places in there that matched with breathing. For instance, when I do commencement, I inhale as I come up. I exhale as I come down. Sorry, my hair got in my mouth. So I inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale as I go out and back in. And by the time I'm ready for open and close, when I open, I'm ready to inhale and exhale. And those are those moments how I breathe and match up with my hand movement. So again, I inhale as I come up, exhale as I come down and in, inhale as I come up, hold on, up, and then exhale out and back in. And now I'm ready to inhale as I open and exhale as I close. So that may work for you and it may not. It just depends on your lungs because all of our lungs are different. And so we can't all take as long of a breath. You can match your movements to your breath, especially if you're practicing on your own and creating your own pace. But I want you to do this again and think about breath and how you inhale up into a point and then you begin to exhale to a point, inhale. So you're getting to certain spots in the movement with your inhale and exhale. So if that's too much, don't worry about it. Just make sure you're breathing. All right, here we go. And commence. That might have wore you out thinking about breathing. I know on waving hands and clouds, I was trying to count to six and inhale and exhale and stop at a point, start at a point, and I was like, you definitely, when you get to waving hands and clouds, just keep on breathing. But those one moves where you up that commencement move, all right, we can match breath to that. Inhale, exhale on the open and close. Inhale, exhale as you push and open. And then let's just keep on breathing as we count to six. Open, close. Single whip. The main thing I want you to be doing is breathing. So there's no like exact spots to inhale and exhale. Like I said, it's different for everybody. I just want you to be aware that you are breathing, not holding your breath. If anything, on that open and close, really take time to fully inhale and fully exhale. Now, here I'm making it a hand movement of open and close, and I'm adding gentle resistance as if I were pulling an accordion and pushing an accordion. There's that gentle resistance. But if you don't add gentle resistance, if you simply take your hands and place them out here facing each other, and you do an inhale, let me get closer. All right, I'm going to inhale and I'm going to exhale. Inhale, exhale. You see my hands? Inhale, exhale. I'm not moving my hands. My breath is moving my hands because of I'm filling my lungs with air. It's moving my hands out, and then I'm emptying my lungs with air, and it's closing my hands. So your open and close is meant to be a breath. Now, if you add the gentle resistance, then your breath isn't the one opening your and closing your hands. But that just is another way of telling you you can practice these moves using principles in different ways. All right, so let's keep going through it and we'll go it over and over until it's time to cool down. Next week, we're going to dive into advanced movement, starting with brush knee. All right, here we go. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. and close it out. Does it seem like it's getting shorter?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
I love the honesty. All right, here we go. We'll keep practicing. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. All right. And again. Commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Now we never have to move beyond these basic 6. You can take these basic 6 and once you know the moves, insert each of our principles of movement control, body structure, and internal principle, and you're going to get all the benefits from Tai Chi. It's reducing stress, anxiety, depression, because we are relaxing our body. We're having some concentration. We're practicing deep and slow breath. It's meditation and movement. So it relaxes our body, relaxes our mind, and at the same time, it improves our balance. It improves our coordination. It strengthens our muscles. Because those things are stronger, because our muscles are stronger, because our balance is better, it helps relieve pain from arthritis. Hopefully, we're improving our mobility and reducing tension and stiffness of our joints just by simply moving. So don't think and don't let me stress y'all about, okay, let's learn the next thing. Let's learn, more. You don't have to learn more. We can have these basic 6, practice our principles, and get all those benefits. We're going to have better posture because we learn it in Tai Chi. We're going to have more body awareness because of Tai Chi. We're going to sleep better because we learned about diaphragmatic breathing that helps us relax and helps focus our mind and calm our mind. So let's do it one more time before we cool down. Basic 6, here we go. And commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. And on top of what I said a while ago, we don't even have to go beyond the basic 6. You don't even have to know the basic 6 to get benefits from Tai Chi. You can simply practice breathing and weight transfer stepping or Tai Chi walking. Step, shift, step, shift, step. I mean, this is waving hands in clouds right here. I'm just not doing anything with my hands. I'm doing the footwork of waving hands in clouds. So I'll get benefits of stronger muscles, better balance, better coordination just by practicing Tai Chi walking. So don't ever let all the pieces and parts of the Tai Chi moves overwhelm you and make you not do it because it's too much. Break it down. Just practice this walking side to side. The same walking we do in waving hands in clouds. And then practice some of our warm-ups, whether you do a shoulder circle. I mean, you think about inhale, exhale. So now you're practicing breath and shoulder mobility. All right, how about a neck movement when we do look side to side? Practice good posture while you go side to side. There, see, we're practicing principle, but we're not necessarily doing our Tai Chi moves. So just know you know a lot more than what you even give yourself credit for, I'm sure. But let's give ourselves a fist massage. Practice bringing those knees up. It stretches those hip flexors. Sometimes our hip flexors will be so tight it will hurt our back. If you have a hard time lifting your knee high, hold on to something. Let something give you balance and do one leg at the time. And that'll help you be able to pull that knee a little bit higher. Now let's gather tension and release it. We don't want to live with tension, y'all. Tension can cause us pain. We want to let it go. Gather. Now we're aware what it feels like, so we can let it go. Big circle. Inhale. Exhale. One more. We make a fist with our right hand. That represents our strength. Our left fingers together representing our friendship. Our thumb in is our humility. And we put those two together, and in mutual respect, we say namaste.
Namaste.
So good job, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all sticking with it. And we'll
I'm
do it again next week. How about that?
All right. Looking forward to it.
Well, y'all let me know if I can do anything for you in the meantime, or else I'll just see you then.
okay.
All right. Have
All
a
right.
good weekend.
All right, you too. Love y'all.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.